And we've seen some crazy rounds in the first two maps as well. The pistols prevailing in a few of them. And we'll see whether or not we can get off to a good start here for config. He'll manage one on the 5-7. blameF backing him up. Nice shots for blameF from the connector. What a play! Oh. That's 3 picked up for blameF.
That's just brilliant. That is just a brilliant start coming out from Complexity. NIP not wasting any time trying to steamroll that out of bomb yard, but blameF from connector laying down the law. Will be buying up an M4 for himself, and a poizon as well, an M4A1 in the mix. M4A1 definitely allowing itself to purchase a little bit more in the second round on the CD side, right? You win the pistol. You usually don't have that much of money to afford an M4 along with Kevlar and helmet, but the M4A1, it's a little cheaper. It allows you to go for that that helmet, which can be real handy indeed against a 4 spy, especially with the Tech 9s and the Scouts and whatnot, and Galils and the Mac 10s. The 2 M4s in play. UMP in the hands of config, playing pretty much alone. It's Pop Dog. And of course, yeah, MP9s for Oboe and Rush. Oboe playing alone towards the upper ramp. He does have able backup in the form of Rush, who is playing towards lower. It's a very default setup, a very aggressive setup from Complexity. Playing up close and personal. Trying to take advantage of the fact that SMGs up close are basically death machines. But NIP slowly inching up towards Brown Halls. They have a few smokes, nade, a couple of flashes. Try and execute inside onto this inner bomb site.
Under a minute, NIP looking to head in towards B. Playing close though, these two weapons. This is going to be a pretty scary scenario for the CT side if they get overrun by the pistols, and that's exactly what is going to happen. Rez with the Tech 9 picking up 2. Now Complexity have to come back into the B bomb site with a man deficit. They haven't got a kit either, Blood. This is starting to look very scary. You're getting config up, luckily, towards the top of the ladder, so if he can get close and take down Lekro, they definitely have another prong to the approach, but this is the most important duel. If Lekro wins this, I think it's over, and there it is. Config gone. That should be the safe call.
Yep. I don't even know how that one worked out. They just kept barreling out. The first player to drop Twist, he kind of twisted in midair, some nice fancy movement, which gave him a little bit of breathing time. So it took a while for Oboe and Rush to get the kill onto him, and that's the moment that other teams started to strike from the lower slope. They ran out, Tech 9 going to work, Rez with a nice double, and Lekro. Okay,
oh, no, that's
gonna fall. Oh. Nothing is saved. Oh.
I think overall, the hold was terrible from Complexity. I don't like having 2 players close up there in that kind of round. I think you have an M4 in play already. You could have just played one of those M4s further back in the site, just jumping up. Yeah, you can see the bomb plant, but I think you win the round most of the time in that situation. But if you have both players on the MP9s playing close inside the site, that's when the pistols do their most damage, right? They're close by, they run over the top of you. That's the B bomb site gone. I think Complexity setup could have been a little better there on that B bomb site.
I agree with you. I think that is he hit the nail right on the head there. Complexity will be punished. NIP have looked very deadly on these 4 spies.
Yeah, NIP just have a crazy amount of individuals. You know, they can just show up with these pistols. I think Plopski's been nuts on the Tech 9. I think even Twist was showing his pistol ability over on Vertigo. I think it was Plopski and Twist, right, that won the 2v5. They got them back into things. So it's pretty nuts that NIP have that up their sleeve. And, well, Complexity are going to start hitting pistols.
Well, hopefully not this round, because you just have pistols to work with. Config has pushed up towards Ivy. He's got the Deagle. He's not going to spot anyone out, but he at least has that part of the map in his control. The rest of the CTs have opted to go for a stack towards inner. Now, the way the T's are coming out towards A bomb set is no one there. They're going to find themselves a free bomb plant, and it should be a full save being called by Complexity here. They should be just holding on to these Deagles, and yeah, there's no need to go for this. You have the Scout, you've invested fully into this round. Try and save everything. Keep it for round number 4, so you can at least have a chance of making this work. Config just spots out. Knock takes the duel, but Deagle spam, wild as it is, at that range is not going to favor Config. And that is going to be round number 2 for NIP.
You hardly ever see config miss those kind of shots, so that's a little strange to see. It's a rarity, but NIP second on the board. They will concede the pistol, but the other 2 rounds go their favor. And well, Complexity, that's not the kind of start they'd be hoping for coming into the final map. We know NIP, when they get that momentum going, are really hard to stop. We just seen that on Vertigo. Once they get some rounds under their belt, they just have this snowball effect and they go out of control.
That is something that Complexity should be very wary of. This is in Pyjamas. A team that really seemed to thrive in that momentum game. And T-sided train, man. This is one of the. I still believe this is the most T-sided map in all the map pool we have, all the active map pool, at least in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and especially with the Krieg being nerfed right now, I think it's becoming even more of a CD-sided map. So.
Yeah.
5 rounds for NIP. That's in my eyes, it's almost a win condition met right there, and you're already 2-1 up. And this is another round they should be having in the bag unless they completely screw it up. So this is a very, very solid start for NIP. They're going to be feeling very comfortable, and obviously knowing the Swedes, they're going to be hungry for more.
Just taking their time. Not wanting to give away anything here, NIP. Nothing for free. Complexity will have to work for every single pick here. It's going to be Rez tossing the smoke in towards the A site. Plopski is going to be the front man via Pop Dog. If they are to commit towards this A bomb site, Complexity are actually going to start pulling players over towards B, gambling over towards this side of the map, but NIP haven't even gone over that side of the map yet. They've just got one player up in the brown holes, but now as soon as I say that, the bomb's actually going over there. And so Complexity have actually brought the players back to A. They're just chopping and changing as they go. Here they go.
I mean, might as well go for the gambles. And this round, they don't really have much to lose here. I believe they might just try their luck. This inner stack hasn't worked out at all. NIP playing this one very smart indeed. Ooh, Obo gets punched, slapped in the face. And okay, Rush answers back. Electro was waiting for that boost, but he still loses the duel as a Rush. Oh, it's a nice, tasty 1 dig. Alive, but yeah, this round's pretty much done here. 3-1 will be the score for NIP. Complexity just looking to go for some exits, trying to hurt the economy a little bit here, but nawwk is having none of it. It's just like sniping them down with that M4A1 silence shots. 3-1 for NIP and a very, very solid couple of rounds here for the Swedes. Money looking real solid here, Dinko. They have lost just 1 player in the past couple of rounds. And even in that forced buy round, the second round, they just lost 2 players. So in total, the 3 rounds they've won, they've lost a total of 3 players. That means money, 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 baby.
And getting that money on the T side is pretty scary, because that means they can just keep on buying. And NIP can get the money through every single round, and purchases will keep coming in. And Complexity, the struggles will continue for their CT side campaign. Electro running forward, blasted in the face. He headbutted that nade right there. Instead of moving forward to the Molotov, he'll have to use a smoke, and Electro hopping up on top of the green trend. He'll be looking for his opportunity here. No one really looking by, because blameF just come back in behind the bomb site. Plopski going to be moving up. And there's Electro striking, catching Rush's head, and now the advantage is there for NIP. Followed up by Twist, Poizon and blameF lining up 2 though. And we're back into a 3v3. Poizon will be holding the emergence of nawwk from the Pop Dog at the Ivy position, and while Plopski is on the other end of it, nawwk's still locked in.
nawwk though, climbing way through the smoke, hoping to find a lucky dink. Still a lot of time to work with for the Swedes. Holding the line, waiting for a play, and a play does come in the form of blameF. Finds himself the double for the round. Twist with the Scout. Scout versus Scout. blameF is the one who might just make contact here. Just doesn't spot anyone up. As blameF finds the 3rd kill for the round. Now Chris, aware of where he is, gets a tag. Deagle comes up, finds one, switches over to Molotov. Immediate peek from Obo. And that's Complexity finally bouncing back with another round of their own. And about time.
Yeah, it was looking good for NIP early on. Electro getting that opening pick, jumps up on top of the train, starts to spiral out of control. And then we see Complexity fight their way back through. Now NIP, again, straight back in with a buy. Of course, that was always going to come up next. Got the ult for Twist. Gonna be going against Poizon. Now, this is an Opera's Paradise, this map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of my personal favorite maps to op on as well. One really cool thing for me is for an old schooler boomer like myself, I think one of the nicest things to see is how you look at NIP, like Ninjas and Pyjamas and Complexity, and these are orgs like, if you asked me back in like 2006 perhaps, I'd still be like, oh yeah, NIP, Complexity, we'd have seen games that they have played against each other, and completely different lineups, completely different iterations of Counter-Strike, and now we have the new generation playing, and it's so cool to see. And what's really cool to see is the way Plopski has taken it in a bomb site. Bomb is yet to be planted, but there's no CDs, and a Molotov's gonna still keep them at bay. Smoke's gonna extinguish it, but the bomb is getting planted, and a player already pushing up. That is Plopski behind the all train. Molotov making life quite miserable and hellish indeed for a Complexity on its retake.
Oh, well, it's going to be Twist taking down Config. Plopski just hiding at the oil train.
Save.
Yeah, and Complexity is backing away from the round, carrying everything they can into the next one. Obviously, their economy's not in a great place. NIP, by losing that previous round and then coming back straight away with a win, it actually puts Complexity in a worse situation. So, this is troublesome times here for Complexity as we move into this next round. They're going to be struggling, strapped for cash on 2 players. Wouldn't even be surprised if we just kind of see them eco here, because yeah, you've got enough around there. You could buy a couple of pistols, but I wouldn't really want to invest everything, because you're kind of still looking down the barrel of probably around loss coming in. NIP should be taking them down. You've got enough reserve cash here for Complexity, so they can purchase together in the next round, but we'll see what they do.
Oh, I think they're going to listen to you. Just the, I think, 1 upgraded pistol? Yeah, the 5.7 being bought up by Config, that's about it. So, good decision, if you ask me, from Complexity here. But nawwk, again, pushing up. Oh, no one looking towards Pop, that's messy. Excuse me, as Config... wait. Okay, nawwk turns around, finds Config, and 1 by 1 they fall. Just the off in the hands of Poizon is gonna find one. He knows nawwk's close by, so he really shouldn't be contesting this too much. You want to hold on to the AWP, and oh no, blameF, the bomb. If he catches him from behind, yes he will. Bomb down, switches over to the AWP. No, he doesn't. He's not able to pick it up. He tosses away his gun, Dinko. But finally picks it up. And now Poizon caught looking the wrong way. And even though for a moment I felt like something might happen, it is not to be. Rez will deny it. And it's going to be round number 5 for NIP on the T side. This is looking very, very grim for Complexity.
Because of their economic decision in terms of not purchasing up on the 2 remaining players, Config and Rush, they will be able to purchase into this next round. Fully, they will have the rifles in play. Yes, they're lacking the AWP, but they've got to buy overall. Utility is still in the back pocket. Yeah, if Complexity lose this one, Bled, we're really looking down a scary barrel here for Complexity. One that they'll not be very happy with at all. NIP looking to try and take a 6th round on the T side, and if they win this one, more than likely more than that. And again, we already prefaced this with how T-sided Train is. We've discussed it's probably the most T-sided within the pool, so this is brilliant from NIP in the decider map. That nade, not so brilliant. That one's better, but still not doing anything to Config. Oh no, okay, he gets the dink.
Oh, how does Config take 3 points of damage and manage to give, like, meet out 82 points? Pretty wild. At least his position is right uncompromised. What they're not probably aware of is blameF is right next to Config as well, so... NIP, not allowed too much of freedom this time. It's a much better hold from Complexity, I feel. They have the 2 players towards inner. They have the 3 playing aggressive, but again, it's a big gamble from Complexity. They've just given up IV control for the time being. That is something that NIP could try and abuse. I say that though, and blameF has slowly gravitated towards that part of the map. nawwk just jumping around. He's going to make a little bit of noise. He's going to keep blameF's attention occupied towards Ivy, while the rest of his team make the way towards Brown Halls once more. And blameF, I love it, being a little bit more proactive. He just finds one, and that should be the tell for NIP to go for this hit towards inner bomb site real quickly here.
Well, Rez is going to be tapped away. Rush able to take it. Oboe coming in with a kill as well. And Rush doing damage, capturing Plopski. It's going to leave Lecro into a situation that is very favorable for Complexity. So there we go. 3 on the board. Complexity, that's the kind of round they need to win, and they do it in the fashion that is required of them. Now NIP coming back in with the buy, of course. You know, their money is pretty much unbreakable for this next round. And Complexity, the hurdles continue to arise, but they will have the most solid buy they've had for a while. 3 AKs in play.
And the AWP picked up by Rush as well. Or I don't know, I think it was blameF picked up the AWP. But anyway, AWP has been picked up and it will be dropped over to poizon. The decide AWPing train, something that any AWPer with assault would be licking his lips about. You see blameF pushed up towards Sandwich. Does have poizon covering behind config and rush teaming up together, and it's gonna be Lekro coming out. Lekro just being a beast, but poizon with a very quick trade. Another player still there. Config and rush very much cognizant, and it's gonna be config rush striking in tandem at the edge of the smoke. Rez pushes out, but the shadows give away. There's a bomb drop. Twist needs to make something work here. He's gonna go for the long spray. Finds config, but it's still a 3v2 favoring the CTs.
Well, Twist gonna be that front man straight out towards the site. He'll be charging on through. Rush is gonna be around the corner, taking 1 kill. Twist will fall, and now it is only nawwk. 1v3 required of him. The bomb does lie in front of him. nawwk will do some damage. poizon gonna fall. 2nd kill. Rush will fall as well, but he needs another, and that's gonna be the perfect timing for him to fall. With Obo catching him with a Molotov in his hand, they'll even cremate the body here. And 5-4, it's Complexity with another.
A little bit of respect there, giving a tiny little cremation. And not the best of rounds, but then again it was against the a buy, so Complexity is going to be okay with that. Money still looking a little grim. NIP, pistols in the hand once more, and Complexity should be aware that NIP's economy is not so great either. So we're expecting a little bit more of a better setup, hopefully, Dinko, compared to what we saw in round number 2. These deagles in the hands of the NIP players are deadly.
Oh, poizon. Well, that's a good start from poizon. But yeah, these pistols, I think Tech 9s as well, also get that deadly mark beside them here at the hands of NIP. It's pretty nuts that they're just so incredible with them. Config at the bottom of the ladder. Get some weird timing here. He's obviously not going to be pushing up into the pistols, but just holding on. P250 will be tasked with holding up here, but Twist has the bomb. NIP just biding their time.
A little paranoid that someone might be sneaking up, but I don't see config as the player who's going to just go up the ladder with no information. He's not one of those. This should be a slaughter. Not anymore, yeah. This should be a slaughter.
Yeah, this should be a great haul front. Complexity coming in. It's going to be Rush and Obo. We're going to try and hold on. It's going to be over with the double, looking for a little bit more, but Lekro will get rid of him on the deagle. Rush should be in a position here to deny everything, though. And the bomb plan, as soon as he hears it come through, should be an easy kill for him. There it is. Plopski dropped, but Lekro is ready for it. Gets the trade in, but now 3 more to find. Config finally does make his play via the ladder. And it's going to be 5-5. Complexity even the scoreline up, and a game on our hands, Blair. I thought for a second, oh no, here goes NIP. T-side, starting to rack up the rounds, but Complexity finally find a system that works and have worked their way back in.
A little bit, yes. Economy-wise, not so great. poizon 7,500. Rush and config are less than $1,000. Obo less than 2,000, and blameF and 2,150. What does that mean? That means if they lose this round, they reset. And on the CD side, that is not going to be something they're going to be happy with. Aggression from blameF and poizon. That was a great flash, but he's not able to take advantage of it. Aggression coming out. poizon leading the charge. Could actually work out. The timing is perfection for Complexity. And poizon's going to fall on back. A little bit of aggression, a little bit of proactiveness working out wonderfully for the Juggernauts. And poizon now playing away at the back. A little bit of a preemptive smoke being tossed by config. He won't really extinguish the Molotovs, the flames, but he's trapped for the time being. The problem is he doesn't really have any backup nearby. But fortunately, poizon and blameF just have kind of switched up their positions now. poizon's going to be left towards Ivy alone. blameF playing up close with his team mid, and of course config still there, still holding towards Pop Dog.
Config is going to get that double. poizon coming back in as well. Catching Lekro, leaving Twist into the 1v5. Money problems are going to be fixed now, Blair. I think that's the round that they had to win, and they did it in the fashion that you would hope they would. Twist is going to catch Config. Complexity actually need to be careful they don't lose too many players here.
Yeah, they've lost one. They know exactly what the final player is. And Twist is someone who can hit his shots. There's no need to go for the hunt. It's not worth it. Sure, they can take the op away, and the rest of the players are going to be they're going to force him on a full eco. But even if he saves the AWP, the rest of the teams, they're not really going to go for anything crazy. It's going to be a few upgraded pistols. That's about it. In the meantime, for Complexity, losing any of these guns is going to definitely hurt their economy. So this is smart from Complexity. There's no need to over-aggress. It's fine. Let him save the op. It's a T-side op. You play your cards right, it's going to be fine. And for Nip, yeah, it's a light buy. It's a light buy. Twist has the op, of course. T-side bonus money won't be kicking in if you just save your weapon, so he's stuck on $100. But he does have the AWP. Lecro with a little bit of Kevlar and a little bit of extra utility and some Deagles and a Tech 9 being purchased by the T side. They're gonna try and make something work here. Just trying to work their way around the AWP.
Well, NIP is trying to put their forces up towards the brown holes. Plopski is going to come in behind them. Just a slow, methodical approach to the brown holes from NIP. Wanting to get into position, hoping for some aggression. First of all, waiting for a mistake. Just hoping Twist can get some sort of action going here. But unfortunately, this boost will not find any fruits, and now with a minute left in play, NIP, well, we're having to commit 5v5 with inferior weaponry. Far inferior as well. And there goes the first little bit of damage done in the round. It's going to be Lecro. Coming out with 32 HP. Twist is going to be burning down to 1 HP. Still alive though. Plopski with a Deagle headshot. Rush out of nowhere manages one, but nawwk will get rid of him. And now the pistols of NIP continue to storm in towards the B bomb site. Not again, Bless. Surely not.
Oh, it's happening. I am not a fan of the way Rush and Obo are holding this bomb site. It is very, very, very... it's very lackluster. I don't like this in a hold.
Yeah, it's twice now. They've just been caught by these pistols.
You know, it's not even the op. It's not even the op. Where are the protocols? Why are both looking towards lower? Like, yeah, you have the Molotov in hand, but just hoping that none of the CTs look that no one's going to be coming up from the upper ramp. There's too many assumptions. That's not how you hold towards in a bomb site. And it's almost pretty much the same setup as well, Dinko, right? It's something which I feel NIP, they should be abusing in a bomb site a little bit more.
Maybe they will, once they start to realize that they've been able to find success there twice now. They might go back there and abuse it slightly more in this round. Coming into it, there will be a buy from Complexity. But this is the last few rounds of the first half, and we'll really start to see which team will be going into the next half with the lead. Even if NIP don't get a single round more on this T side, this is already plenty coming in from the T side of Trin.
Double nade stack towards the bomb train. Fortunately, the Complexity, there was no one there, and Config's trying to find Plopski, trying to be real fast and cheeky towards Pop Dog, but does take quite a bit of damage. So he will fall on back. Safety nawwk flashed in by his teammates. The op comes out. Whew. Real lucky there. Twist to stay alive. And poizon doing the smart thing, not re-peeking. Just going to be smoking off the Ivy for now. Rez just trying to get control of Pop Dog. Doesn't spot anyone out, but doesn't really continue to push him down any further. And then slowly see the T's making their way towards brown halls. Again, it's Rush and blameF. Sorry, Rush and my bad, it's actually Obo and Config this time around, switching it up. Config heading over to the site, which hasn't really seen too much of action apart from these forced by eco rounds. Hoping nothing's really going to happen here, but could be quite troublesome, Dinko. He's kind of low, and Obo's going to do a brunt of the heavy lifting here.
Obo is going to be walking out towards the spools, just as this play is about to come through. Molotov going up from Config. It doesn't matter. The smoke gets rid of it. And now Obo Needs to hold on as Rez is going to be moving forward with Lekro. They're going to catch him looking the wrong way. And again, the B-bomb site will fall for Complexity. That's just a little unfortunate there in the timing from Obo.
Honestly, this is quite rough. Rush comes in. This could wait. There's no one there. There's no one at the bomb. Is there? Okay, they get the kill. They get the kill on the player. All right. For a moment there, I was like, wait, there's no one on the bomb. That was a little scary for a moment. But yeah, Ninjas and Pyjamas, 7 rounds on T side. I feel they've gone past, they've whizzed past their win condition. Dinko. Like 7 rounds on the T side with 2 more remaining.
Yes.
On train is a godsend. Like you pretty much won this.
Well, Complexity gonna be saving as much money as they can into the next and final round of this first half. This one is certainly looking good for NIP. They've got everything you could want, with no real resistance from Complexity. Their B-bomb site woes continue into that last round. I feel like they definitely tried to change it up a little bit there. You know, Obo gets over towards the spools. He's looking towards upper. Config's Molotov doesn't quite work, so they just run on out. Obo doesn't spot them. Config falls, and then Obo looks back towards ramp at the wrong time and just gets dropped from heaven. So it is a little unfortunate there at the time, but still, the B-bomb site not even getting a single kill is just kind of unacceptable to a certain extent, because then you just literally can't win the round.
Yeah, and it is the end of bomb site. I mean, you need to get at least 1 kill. Config, what is all the heroics, and he did get taken on with the AWP as well. I wonder what happened there. But these almost contact plays coming out from NIP towards in a bomb site, quite a problem. And now they know it's an eco, and Rez has already walked all the way towards B, and they know where the bomb is going to get planted. I mean, they know exactly what's happening here. This is going to be just a mop-up. Don't see anything happening here. Rez gonna have a fun time with an AK-47, just picking off the remaining players of NIP, and it's all in blameF. Nothing he can do, as nawwk will assassinate him towards outer yard. Almost a flawless round coming out from NIP, barely taking any damage. 8-6 on the T side of trainers. Going to the final round, Dinko. And Complexity, even if they get to 7, I don't really fancy the chances on the T side.
Well, 7 would certainly still be better than 6, so let's just hope they can get it on the board, but we'll see what they can do on their T side. NIP certainly feeling more comfortable. Like you said, both these teams, you know, taking a look at the statistics on train, it's not one of the maps they're most comfortable with, hence it being a 3rd map in the series. You know, this is generally one where it's a decent middle ground. It's not exactly a map we're going to be seeing specialists on, but that's perfect. Nice aggression from blameF coming in, catching Rez off. Gives the 2-man advantage on over to Complexity. I think Rush might just actually have a chance here to take down Plopski as well. Smoke fading though. Plopski's looking the right way. They're both in front of each other right now. Rush and Plopski, the duel off the round so far. It's going to be Rush that wins it, and that should be the round picked up here for Complexity. Looking to grab 7. It's all on to Twist. 1v5. And it's definitely not looking likely that this will happen for him. It's 7 at the half. And while it's as close as you can get it, but NIP out of the T side finding it, it's impressive.
It is. And now it's going to come down to Complexity to take the fight back to the Ninjas, and nawwk's going to get the first kill. And look at the re-aggression. Now they know there's no one towards Brown Halt. It's going to be the out of play coming out real quickly, and they have a player way at the back towards all 1.6. And of course, that angle from Plopski is lying in wait. Spots ahead, taps away. Easy picking for the man as Lekro joins the party. 1 by 1 they fall. Poizon gets the bomb down, but that's all he'll find. And it's all on blameF. 1v5. Bomb planted, but this is impossible, Dinko. Full CT. Just look at that. Look at the bodies just staring down at him. Rez picks up a kill for himself. Almost a team ace. And Ninjas Pyjamas, they get off to a flying start.
Well, NIP finding the pistol is, I think, a pretty scary sign here for Complexity. They're going to go for the hero AK play. blameF going to be picking that up. I think the rest should just be on the deagles and the pistols around them. But NIP finding the pistol on the CT side after already coming on top from the T side is definitely a positive sign here for the Swedes. They should be feeling very happy about this.
Oh, they should be. The only good sign, or you know, a hope I see with Complexity is the fact that historically, like you said, you know, both these teams are not that great on this map. Complexity have played 6, they've won 3 and lost 3. For NIP, they have a 2-4 record on this map. This particular lineup, so they don't really have much experience either on this, on you know what to do here. But like Complexity, if this CD side kind of combusts, I do see a world where Complexity are able to grind it back, but it doesn't look like this round's going to be the one. NIP, despite losing Rez early on, they do bounce back, and just the 2 Deagles and the Scout in the hands of Poizon remaining. And Poizon, we know what he can do with this, but he will be found out by Knock, bomb dropped as well.
Yeah, Rush is going to walk forward with Twist is ready for him, and now it's all onto Oboe. 1v4 with the Deagle back in T-Con. He'll recover himself an AK. Going for the shots, trying to take away Twist. But it's the FAMAS that wins at long range. It's 10-7 for NIP. They are looking down the barrel now. 10 rounds on the board. This is going to be an easy round coming up next. This Complexity have got themselves just a little eco. Maybe a P250 can be purchased here and there, but this is not going to be too much of resistance for NIP. So we should be looking at 11.
It needs to be looking for 11. The 3 nades though, it's going to be on top of the bomb train. And unfortunately for them, there's no one to find. NIP playing this one safe. They have the FAMAS in the hands of Rez, playing the French rifle, playing in the playing towards Pop Dog. The rest of them M4s, and they're just going to take this one safe. There's no need to overcommit. Cheeky little nade there, but it's not going to find anything. blameF and Conflict taking a bit of damage. Yeah, it's going to be pretty comfortable round here. But for NIP, here's the thing: 11 to 7, and more importantly, Dinko, they've kept a lot of their players alive, right? And they won't have to upgrade as well. They have 5 rifles. So the next round usually would, you know, some would call it a bonus round, but this won't be a bonus round. They have 5 rifles. They have all the utility. They don't. I don't think they're going to even have to expend their utility much in this round. And that's a very rough sign for Complexity. That means NIP will have money in the bank, and even if Complexity manage to win their first buy round, it could get quite rough. Plopski and Rez having no trouble mopping the players of Complexity. 11 to 7, 4-round lead. The buy will be coming in for the North American org. For NIPs, they look so good right now.
Well, that could change in this next round. Complexity coming in with AKs. It's going to be Rush, Oboe, blameF, Poizon on the AWP, and Config will be purchasing himself an AK as well. I love how now we just have no question. No one is picking up a Krieg. It's just beautiful. It's all the AKs every single time. And it's good to see. Well, NIP with the FAMAS here for Rez. Everybody else, though, on premium rifles.
I like how there's premium rifles and crap rifles. Yeah. It's like, well, that is how life is. Yeah, sometimes you have to. Not everything is equal. All guns are not equal, of course.
Just depends, you know, on the person. It's like life. You know, you can do with what you've got.
Well, Counter-Strike is an analogy for life, I guess, in certain ways. Let's not get too philosophical though, because. I really don't know where we're going with this. But NIP,
it's late in the day, Blow. We don't know. We don't want to go that far.
Yeah, let's not go in too deep. NIP though, the Resistant, he hasn't budged yet. The nade a little too deep to do much damage. blameF, Molotov outside. Now they're going to be pushing him in. Nade forces him back, but the flames just gonna tickle at his feet. Rez still very much alive and comfortable here. The hit coming into his in a bomb site, and bear in mind, rushes in the long flank around. Okay. But look at the peek from Knock though. He gets just 1 kill, but it's information gleaned very, very early on. But that flank from Rush, that could be the win condition here for Complexity.
Well, Lekra standing on the site here, trying to do what he can as the push and Complexity should be coming through, but there's Rez, the bomb dropped. blameF not looking that way, and it's going to be Lekra and Plopski finding the kills. It's all on to Rush on the flank. You said it could have been a win condition, but it's not even going to happen. Twist takes him down. It's 12 now for NIP. And Rez is just the bane of Complexity's existence in that round.
And I love how Rush, right? He didn't show anything towards Pop Dog. Even when the flames, the Molotov was tossed in, it did not touch him. So there was no sound cue that is a player playing towards Pop Dog. And his timing, that's all about timing. He pushes up, And he gets the flank right in the nick of time. And rushes on the flank as well, but he took a little too long. I'm sorry, I do believe it was Twist or Lecro who was on the flank, I forget, for an IP. But anyway, doesn't quite, sorry, Rush was on the flank, doesn't really work out for him. And there we go, a push coming in from Complexity. Just a pistols, we've seen this happen in the past, Dinko. And is it gonna happen again?
Oh no, because Rez is here, that's a double. And well, that's a pullback from Rez. He's going to do it all. There we go. Beautiful stuff from Rez. 4 kills picked up. Dispatches of the pistols. And here's NIP from a nightmare. 13-7. Complexity. That was a round they could have won. But now they look on to the one that they can. It's going to be the AWP in the hands of Poizon. The AK's in play. NIP are going to get their AWP in the hands of nawwk. Everybody else with the rifles. So finally a buy round again.
Yeah, unfortunately for Complexity, NIP's money is starting to spiral out of control, at least for a couple of the players. Lecro and nawwk just shy of $10,000. We have an average of 4,000 on Rez and on Plopski. It was a little low, but that's fine. Once more, NIP. I like how persistent they are with the aggression towards outer. That smoke is a tell though. But has it been heard out? Yes, it has. Nade sails in, but doesn't do anything. Barely scratches Rez. And once more, the inner bomb site is going to be the target for Complexity. And they are aware of this RNIP. nawwk with the AWP scope in, looking for the boost. That's going to happen though. As soon as smoke dissipates, it's going to be hit coming in. Flashbang's going to pop. And nawwk misses the shot, but not Lecro. Blinded. He doesn't care. He's still going to find 2. Looking for more, but Rush will finally drop him.
Well, picking up, it's going to be nawwk who falls. Oboe takes the headshot, and now a 3v3. The CT side looking to re-enter the B-bomb site. As NIP look for 14, but Complexity desperately trying to hold on. It's Rez who will fall towards upper. Oboe winning that battle, and now it's Twist. Close by. Rush needs to survive, but his feet are showing him. Well, there we go. That's a headshot from Rush that I was not expecting to come through. Plopski is still there, but Oboe swings from upper, and the headshot comes in. Complexity win an important round, and that's a big round from Oboe and Rush.
That's a massive round. Especially after losing the first 2 players to a really, really nasty hole there. Good recovery. Very, very good recovery. And Rush as well, like his feet. I don't know how he even survived that. He had one chance, one shot. They managed to convert it. Complexity, finally. Some signs of life. Just a heartbeat. But they are still alive, Dinko. Still alive in this game.
Well, Oboe moving out on towards the site. It's going to be nawwk taking him down. It's going to be blameF right through the smoke, though. That gets the trade and was nearly close to picking up the second there. Plopski, 46 HP. He's going to move forward, but it's Twist who takes the headshot. Plopski still alive and takes down Rush. Config trying to do his best. He's right beside the bomb train. They're so low here. Poizon with a big kill. Needed to get rid of Twist and does so. And now Rez on the site. Headshot picked up onto his config, and it's all onto the Bulgarian. Poizon alone, but Lecro takes him down. NIP with a great answer back after the round win from Complexity. And the start of that round was looking good.
Looking very good, but so well played by Rez on a bomb train. He was so very low. He times the peak to perfection. Gets the kill, immediately drops out, swaps places with Lecro, and then they manage to clutch it out. 14-8 NIP. They bounce back immediately. And for Complexity, this is it, Dinko. It's do or die time. Tech 9, AKs, Galil. Not much of utility either. Gets a full-fledged buy from NIP. Only thing missing in that NIP arsenal is the kitchen sink. 3 players gathered outside of Ivy. blameF towards team mid, and Oboe trying to get some control. A measure of control towards Pop Dog, but look at Plopski walking in. Oh, he spots him out. That's a free kill for him. He's going to find blameF. Not going to stick around. It's going to fall on back as Rez finds Oboe. But Rush pushing in from Ivy. He's been quite a problem here. Plopski's trapped. He's trapped towards Olaf, and there's a player right above him. But get a drop onto him for Plopski with the last bullet. He gets the kill. Has to switch over to the USP. But Poizon should have the kill, but not before it gets a dink. And it's all on nawwk. 1v2. He knows where both the T's are. But what could he do with the AWP?
The nawwk on the back lines is going to be running over towards spawn. And saving that AWP most likely. And because there's no kit here. No utility. But he's going to try anyway. They haven't actually planted the bomb just yet. That is the one saving Gris, but I'm not really fancying nawwk's chances. I know he's an incredible player. I know there's a decent chance, but Conflict staying in the open. That should have been a kill from nawwk if he wants to win this. But with that kill not coming in, I'm starting to really see this slip out of his hands. We'll see if he can pull it off. It's poizon with a headshot. A 9th round on the board for Complexity. And that's the op gone from the hands of NIP. You can understand why he was going to go for it. It's very winnable, but I almost feel like they have rounds to play with. You kind of just want that op into the next round, I think.
Yeah. Also, yeah, it was winnable. And especially if it landed that shot onto, I think it was Config on top. If he gets that kill, it's a 1v1, then it's anyone's game. Anyone's round, rather. So, makes a lot of sense. This spy, well, it was going to be a double eco anyway, but not a big fan. But then again, CD side train, you're allowed to go for some risky plays. The rest of them spotted out, but Plopski, he was done for, but Plopski just saves his teammate. blameF finds himself without a head, and Lekro hears all of this. He hears this. Molotov's right behind him, and he's going to actually push on up. And Obo has no idea. He's going to clear it out. But poizon, he finds Res in the meantime. But it's still Lekro there. Deagle spams away. But the Macton's going to win the duels. And with that, despite the initial scare, the Plopski would walk away with the round by the looks of things. And this should be round number 10. For blameF and his men. Wait a minute. Are they fancying this? No, they're going to fall back. Yeah, there we go. Picked up a couple of guns. It's good enough.
It would be absolutely ludicrous if they tried that.
Yeah. And it is going to be an eco anyway for Nip. Might as well just hold on to these 2 guns to try and give themselves a chance.
Well, we know what they can do with pistols. And I think Complexity know that too well as well. So they'll be giving this next round the respect that it requires. But we are most likely looking at a 14-11 scoreline before we see a buy come back in from NIP. So Complexity, it's not done yet for them. They're not making it easy for themselves, but they certainly are in a position where they can pull this back.
It's going to require a Herculean effort, I won't lie.
Well, luckily they have blameF. He's quite similar to Hercules.
Yeah, like worst case scenario, just kind of like come barging into NIP's practice for a sec.
There's no social distancing in place there, Blalo.
Well, I don't think. Listen, if I'm Corona, I'm going to be scared of blameF. The guy is an absolute unit. He also wears a precious clothes, I've been told. So
eats at the chillest restaurants as well.
He's so massive. He's too big for his player profile photo to fit him. He doesn't fit into a photo.
I love how they put on ESL TV. If you guys in the chat after this or during now, go over to ESL TV, look at the player lineup, and just look at blameF. They put him beside Obo. That's just not fair. So blameF picking up 2. It's Plopski and Lekro both falling. He just mauls them in this round, and he'll continue to move forward. It's Twist who will fall to poizon, and it's now nawwk and Rez left into a 2v4.
Rez? He can sneak on up. He can get a cheeky frag. Never mind. Rush is away. The nawwk, might as well save this gun. There's no real point in just gifting away a free rifle, which, if you save, will ensure that you can go for a full-fledged buy. And he might actually need to drop that to either Rez or Lekro, because money's still not going to be that great. Well, he can buy an M4 and an armor for himself. So, 11 to 14, Complexity, they are not quite done yet. They are slowly but surely grinding back. The problem is train, Dinko. It's so hard on the T side. Even if your opponent's money is being smashed, even if it's just like 5 USPs, it is dicey. One of the few maps where you're never safe. You never feel safe on the T side. And NIP now should be going for the buy. Money's still not ideal either, but I do believe Twist can purchase an AWP for himself if needs be, and the rest of them are going to be buying up as well.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, right into the important rounds again. We're here in the final stages. ESL 1 Road to Rio Europe. It's Complexity and NIP. If you are just tuning in, we've had an absolute bloodbath of the best of 3 series. Complexity taking map 1, NIP fighting back on Vertigo. Now we find ourselves here on Trin. They decide a map with NIP 14-11 up, and the buys keep coming. Finally, NIP will get it back through. They are lacking utility, but Complexity, at the minute, lacking rounds in comparison. So, it's very important that they manage to pick this up. Plopski's going to hear the footsteps of the player jumping up, trying to bait the shots out, but it's not really going to work.
Plopski are basically announcing where they are, especially towards Brownhalls. Now they're going to be falling back. There is a player down there, Mr. Plopski. Preemptive smoke. Nade is going to be pretty chunky. 58 points of health, and Plopski is still going to stick around though. Still comfortable. And look at this setup from the CTs. They kept 3 towards B, and it's only on Plopski. So it's Pop Dog and have the one player on the bomb train. That's about it. This is not an ideal hole, especially with his Ivy area. Very, very, very exposed indeed. Twist has a lot of work to do. He's going to be making contact real quickly. It's been spotted out. Peers out, and Config is going to find his head. Plopski alone now. Backup is arriving, but he is getting hounded from all directions. The timing doesn't work out. That's a call for the save. That's the call for the save. 12 rounds of complexity. Somehow, Dinko, they're just defying what people might say is the impossible. They're somehow grinding it back, considering the fact that complexity had, I do believe, 6 rounds? No, 8 rounds on the T side on train.
It's unbelievable. They're pulling it back, and like you said, there was an opportunity here for complexity to pull this back in terms of maybe Nip's CT side implodes. They didn't really have too much utility coming into this round for the CT side. I think that was certainly a big factor as to why they weren't able to hold it off. Complexity just barraged their way through. And in the last couple of rounds, that's actually been the name of the game for Complexity. You remember back around previous, blameF just charging in towards the lower bomb site. If that's the style of play Complexity keep throwing at them, well, NIP might struggle here to try and hold it off, especially with lack of utility. And they haven't really got too much money in the bank. I think that's actually the playstyle Complexity find a lot of success with. I think that was the main reason as to why they were able to get so much success at Blast Premier over in London at the start of the year, is when they beat the likes of Astralis and they beat Vitality. They had this untamable aggression. And I think when we seen the interview where Alex got a little bit of controversy from idiot fans who think you can't get tilted, basically he was discussing how he doesn't really think this is the most sustainable playstyle. Well, Complexity, they have started to evolve, I think, already. Like their game plan is definitely getting better, but they still always have that up their sleeve where they can just be incredible and just barrage their way through no matter where.
I agree, but I also feel like you mentioned, that I don't think they've been really figured out, so to speak. Their losses have been very close indeed, but yeah, I think that element of surprise has slowly dissipated a bit right now. But even if you take away the element of surprise, the team is a solid unit nonetheless, right? Yeah, it is still a team who can really grind it out. And here we go, 8 stack towards the bomb train again, and this time Nox gonna take a little bit of a hit, not too shabby though. This is a light buy, of course, considering that they did save the 3 rifles, and they have gone for the attack timeout as well, so a little bit more aggression from Nip. And Rez catches the bomb. Poizon's been taken out. That's huge. That's the AWPer out of the equation. A dangerous player indeed. Rez survived. He tried to time his escape, but as that happens, remaining T's just push on towards the inner bomb site, and they find no one there. Lecra's way at the back. Got a smoke and a flashbang, and he's actually going to win the duel. It clotheslines Oboe. This is looking a little tricky here. blameF alone on the bomb train, just trying to stay alive, but 2 players, Lecra and Twist, and suddenly it's falling apart for Complexity. Nock finds another one. Config's left alone. What's gone wrong here?
Well, Config's going to dive, and Nock takes him down. It's 15-12. NIP, map point, and oh no, not like that, Complexity.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, sometimes it beats like that. That's all. That's all it is. And well,
it do be like that.
And well, 15-12. NIP just looking for this last round and taking them over the line. Complexity will get a buy back in though after winning quite a few of these rounds in a row now, so they will get the buy. NIP not over the hurdle just yet, but if they could close it here, they'll be very happy.
Three rounds though, and this is very, very similar to the Mirage game thing. The only difference being NIP had not got to map point then. Rush should be very careful. This Flame's right at the edge of his feet. Twist replies back, and there you go. The Rush finally burns alive to another Molotov. It's a 4v3, and Twist, oh, blameF just wrecks him completely. Oh, Config tried to be sneaky from behind, but Plopski over the edge of the smoke, he spots him out. 2v3 now, made it a 1v3. blameF left alone, the captain. What can he do?
Well, he's going to try and line them up, and that's exactly what he'll do. A 1v1 for blameF, looking to try and break Lekro's neck. As he goes up towards heaven, he'll be playing, hiding in behind the glass. blameF, the bomb is not in his possession.